Okay, so because I didn't have a race in my district, I went and offered to help other people around the state with their races. And we knew we were going to have some tough races, but I don't think there was ever an expectation that we would lose as many seats as we did at the end of the day. So in hindsight, it's all very disappointing. I feel like I used my time well and was able to participate and help a lot of people that I was hopeful would be joining me in the legislature, but my success rate in terms of who I worked for was not that great, frankly. And again, very disappointing because I thought we had found some excellent candidates. But I started out by going door to door for people. Jeannie Kirkton was one of the success stories, and Jeannie's a wonderful legislator and works hard both on the campaign side and the political and the legislative side, making sure that she does a good job for her community. Got a piece of legislation passed as a freshman in the minority, so that was pretty huge in the last session. So I went door to door for Jeannie a few times, and in hindsight, I will tell you that I felt like at the homes, for the most part, people were either non-committal or supportive of Jeannie. I didn't hear a lot of people. I didn't hear anybody say, "No, I'm absolutely not voting for her." So I thought that was a good sign at the doors, but sometimes when you're in the midst of it, it's hard to evaluate, so it's easier standing back and looking back. Some people on my campaign that helped work with me this summer volunteered, and among those people, and you actually did a story on my aunt and some other people who came to work for Jeannie when the first day that we went out door knocking. Went to see Rebecca McClanahan in her district in Kirksville, and as I think you and I have discussed, I think Rebecca has just been an outstanding legislator, one of two nurses in the House, Jeannie Kirkton being the other one. And Rebecca has been a smart, outspoken person. I think that she's earned respect on both sides of the aisle. She studies issues deeply, and when I went to see her and visit her in Kirksville, she had decided what she'd like me to do was come and just join her at a fundraising event and kind of motivate the people that were there and remind them how important this race was. She was concerned, and rightly so, that perhaps her base sort of wasn't recognizing the fact that this was going to be a really tough election year, and that nobody should be taking her candidacy for granted, that they were going to have to get out and work hard and support her in order to send her back to Jefferson City. Courtney Cole, who ran in Warrensburg, I thought ran just had a well-run campaign, worked her tail off, made sure she got out there and met with people, and it looked like she was, having some impact there. So if nothing else, she made her presence known and kept the incumbent there fighting hard. But it's often hard to beat an incumbent, and I don't think anybody could have worked harder or done a better job than Courtney. Kelly works in Representative Lampe's office, and she's a wonderful legislative assistant and one of the most respected ones, I think, in the House. She knows so much, and she knows so much about policy. I think she used to, before I got there, used to work in the minority leader's office. She is so organized and so committed. This was her second run for this seat, and she would go to work every day, take care of her family, go to work every day. She would leave work and go do her due diligence in terms of fundraising for the campaign. She would be out once the session was over, knocking on doors all the time. She was very organized, very structured, very committed to winning this seat. And when I was in the area, I would hear Kelly's ads on the radio and TV, and she was the one candidate I saw out there delivering a positive message. It was such a breath of fresh air in an environment that had been so negative everywhere else I'd been. And I just have to say I'm proud of Kelly, and I'm proud of the work she did, and proud of the campaign she ran. And I think it's unfortunate. Again, I think it's our loss, the state's loss, that we haven't selected somebody like that to represent us.